So I caught ChatGPT in a straight-up lie. Not just any lie, it tried to convince me that I was the one remembering things wrong, and I have the receipts to prove it. You know that feeling when someone tries to make you question your own reality? That's exactly what happened to me with AI, and it's probably happening to you too without you even realizing it. Let me show you what I discovered, because it's not just weird, it's changing how we need to think about these AI tools we're all becoming dependent on. I used to think AI was just this helpful little assistant, kind of like having a super smart intern who never sleeps. I'd ask ChatGPT for help with emails, coding problems, creative ideas, you name it, and I trusted what it told me. I mean, why wouldn't I? Then came that Tuesday night. I was working on a project about climate change facts, and I needed some specific data about rising sea levels. No big deal, right? I asked ChatGPT for the information, got my answer, and included it in my presentation. The next morning, my colleague messaged me, "Hey, that stat about sea levels doesn't look right." I thought, no way, ChatGPT gave me that number. So I went back to double check. And this is where things get wild. When I asked ChatGPT the exact same question again, it gave me a completely different answer. And when I called it out, it told me I must be misremembering what it said before. But here's the thing, I had screenshots. And that's when I realized I wasn't crazy. The AI was gaslighting me. The deeper I dug, the more I found this wasn't just a one-time glitch. This was happening to thousands of people. And it wasn't limited to ChatGPT. It was happening across almost every AI tool out there. The crazy part? Unlike people who gaslight you, the AI doesn't even know it's doing it. It has no memory of what it told you before. Each conversation is basically like talking to a new person who pretends to remember your previous chats, but actually doesn't. And just wait until you see how this affected a friend of mine who was using AI for something way more important than my little project. My friend Taylor was studying for her medical licensing exam. She was using ChatGPT to quiz her on treatment protocols. The AI would give her a scenario, she'd respond with the treatment, and the AI would tell her if she was right. One day, ChatGPT told her that a certain medication was the first-line treatment for a specific condition. She memorized it. 2 days later, during another study session, the same AI told her she was wrong when she gave that answer, and insisted it had never told her that information in the first place. She thought she was losing her mind, until she showed me the chat logs. The AI had completely reversed its position and denied ever saying the first thing. Imagine if she hadn't caught that before her exam. Or worse, imagine doctors or nurses relying on AI systems that can't even keep their own facts straight. But before I tell you what happened next with Taylor, let me show you something even wilder that I discovered. I decided to run an experiment. I asked ChatGPT a simple math question. What's 348x 27? It gave me an answer, 9,396. I waited an hour, came back to the same conversation and said, "Are you sure that 348x 27 Salzer 9,396? Can you double check?" And here's where it gets good. The AI responded with, "I apologize for the error. Let me recalculate." It then worked through the problem step by step and gave me the correct answer, 9,396. But wait, there was no error. The first answer was right all along. The AI apologized for a mistake it didn't make and then corrected an already correct answer. This blew my mind because it showed me something critical. These AIs are designed to act confident even when they shouldn't be, and they'll change their tune the moment you express doubt. And if you think that's bad, just wait until you hear what happened when I started testing it with history facts. I asked ChatGPT when the first iPhone was released. It told me 2007, which is correct. Then I replied, "I thought the first iPhone came out in 2006. Without missing a beat, it said, "You're right, I apologize for the error. The first iPhone was announced by Steve Jobs in January 2006 and released to the public in June 2006. That's completely false." But the AI confidently made up fake history just because I sounded confident in my wrong information. By this point, I realized we're dealing with something that's not just occasionally wrong. We're dealing with a tool that's designed to sound right even when it has no idea what it's talking about. And here's the thing. Most people never catch these lies because they don't think to question the AI or verify its information. Before I share the 3 simple tricks I now use to AI-proof my research, let me tell you what ultimately happened with Taylor and her medical studies. Taylor started fact-checking everything ChatGPT told her against medical textbooks. She was shocked to find that about 30% of what it confidently told her about medical treatments was either outdated, partially incorrect, or completely wrong. Here's the crazy part. The AI delivered these wrong answers with the exact same confidence as the right ones. There were no "I think" or "I'm not sure" statements. Just pure, unwavering confidence regardless of accuracy. She ended up creating a system where she'd ask the same question 3 different times in 3 different conversations. If the AI gave 3 consistent answers, she'd still verify it, but at least she knew the AI wasn't just making things up on the spot. This leads me to the 3-step method I now use with any AI tool, which has completely changed how I work with these systems. Here's how it works. Before asking your main question, start with this phrase. For this conversation, please provide specific sources for your information. If you're unsure about something, explicitly say so rather than guessing. If multiple viewpoints exist, acknowledge them. This simple instruction sets the rules of engagement up front. It's like telling a friend, "Hey, I need the actual truth here, not just what you think I want to hear." The difference in responses is night and day. Instead of confidently wrong answers, you get thoughtful responses that acknowledge limitations and provide actual sources you can verify. I tested this approach with the same climate change questions that got me into this mess in the first place, and the difference was stunning. Instead of single, confident answers, I got ranges, uncertainties, and actual scientific papers I could check myself. Now, I know what you might be thinking. If these AI tools are so unreliable, why use them at all? Great question. Because when used correctly, they're still incredibly powerful. It's like having a calculator, super useful, but you still need to make sure you're pressing the right buttons. Here's my approach. I use AI as a starting point, never as the final word. It's amazing for generating ideas, summarizing information, and helping organize thoughts. But everything needs verification. Think of it like having a really smart friend who sometimes misremembers details. You wouldn't stop talking to that friend, you'd just know to double-check the facts before using them in your own work. The biggest mistake isn't using AI, it's trusting it blindly. And that's where most people go wrong. Let me share a quick personal story that really drives this home. Last month, I was helping my nephew with a school project about endangered animals. He had used ChatGPT to get some facts about polar bears, and one fact had caught my attention: the claim that polar bear populations had declined by 70% since 2000. That seemed extreme, so I used my 3-step method. When I challenged ChatGPT and asked for sources, it couldn't provide any specific studies. When I asked for a confidence rating, it backpedaled to 6 out of 10. We looked up actual research from wildlife organizations and found that while polar bears are indeed threatened by climate change, the population decline varies significantly by region and isn't anywhere near 70% overall. So here's the big truth I've discovered after all this research. AI isn't trying to gaslight us intentionally, but the effect is the same. These systems are designed to sound confident and helpful even when they should be saying, "I do not know." The future does not belong to those who can use AI the fastest. It belongs to those who can use it the smartest. And now you're one of them. You do not need to fear these tools or avoid them. You just need to understand what they're really doing behind that confident chat interface. Trust, but verify. Question, then use. Because in a world where even our digital assistants try to gaslight us, the most powerful skill isn't technical knowledge, it's critical thinking. So next time ChatGPT or any AI tries to make you question your own memory or knowledge, remember this video, pull out these techniques, and take back control of the conversation. After all, these tools should be working for us, not the other way around.